The Trash Pandas Christmas Light Show at Toyota Field has seen controversy on social media in the past few weeks. From the new layout to additional costs, residents have mixed emotions. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman tells us more.
In previous years, this empty parking lot you see behind me used to be the home of the Rocket City Christmas Light Show. It was a drive-through experience in previous years, but now people walk through Toyota Field for a walk-through experience. But it's not the only difference that residents are noticing. First, let's talk cost. The drive-through experience used to cost $30 per car. This year's walkthrough is about $28 per person, besides kids 12 and under who get in for free. Prices range from $17 to $28 on non-peak days or if you purchase in advance. One resident says the new cost is unaffordable.
This is not the season to poke people for pennies and nickels. I have hip problems. I don't want to walk through lights. I want to drive and I want to listen to the music and all of that good stuff. I wasn't planning on going because for a single mom, that's a lot of money.
We also received dozens of comments on social media Thursday afternoon, and the responses were mixed. Many mentioning the new prices. One saying, unless those lights are going to hit a double in the bottom of the 8th inning, I'm not paying that much to see them. Some comments wanting the drive-through experience back. This comment reading, we won't go back next year if it's not a drive-through. But there were a few posts from people who enjoyed the experience this year. One post partially reading, I went Tuesday night and thought it was excellent. So much better than the drive-thru, which I did before as well. Kids aged 5 and 7 loved it. So much better than being confined to a car in which you can't go at your own pace. Others mentioned the nearby Galaxy of Lights at the Botanical Garden as another option for families, where walking night prices can range from $7 to $25 and drive-thru nights cost anywhere from $30 to $45. In Madison, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
We reached out to the Trash Pandas, but they did not get back to us for any official comment this afternoon. A major manufacturer over in Fort Payne is closing its doors 2 months after a warn notice went out to plant employees announcing the shutdown. The impact, almost 500 people without jobs going into the new year. Plant employees and city leadership got the notice in late October, and since then, there have been multiple job fairs for the affected employees before the plant's closure on the 27th. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo takes us to Fort Payne to hear about how this closure will impact the community.
Renfro Brands is closing down its sock manufacturing plant later this month, laying off over 450 people right in the middle of the holidays. It's the last of the city's sock manufacturing industry, which started to decline back in 2008. Mayor Brian Bain says it's going to impact the local economy, but they've taken some steps to make sure the city stays afloat.
We have bounced back from that decline of the sock industry back in 2008. We're not where we need to be, but we have by far come to a place that we've diversified and been able to survive.
With that diversification, Mayor Bain says the city and the Economic Development Authority are working closely with the impacted workers to help them find new jobs.
They put some job fairs together, and they have had various meetings with some of those folks, trying to place them in other positions, because there are other industries here.
Mayor Bain adds that it's unfortunate, but it all comes down to finances.
At the end of the day, it's a business decision for them, and they just feel that they can do better, other places, and maybe they didn't have as many orders as what they needed, and this is where they saw the cut.
Renfro Brands is also looking to transfer some employees from the Fort Payne plant to Cleveland, Tennessee, where they're consolidating, planning to add up to 75 new positions. They said in a statement, current Fort Payne employees will receive priority consideration for new positions being created in Tennessee, adding this manufacturing consolidation will result in overall operations that are more efficient and more flexible. Renfro will maintain its presence with a warehouse and distribution center here in Fort Payne, where they'll retain around 50 employees. In Fort Payne, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
The Fort Payne Career Center, DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, and businesses in Fort Payne are also offering assistance to the employees that are being laid off. Welcome back. The holiday season brings with it all kinds of delays, from mail deliveries to flights and transportation, and the U.S. Postal Service is no different, now facing staffing shortages, delayed deliveries, and growing public frustration. Here in North Alabama, a growing population means more packages to sort. We gave you an inside look just weeks ago at this post office in Owens Cross Roads with packages piling up outside. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo shows us the extent of the problem.
How long is it taking your packages to get shipped? How about the amount of stops they make along the way? According to local leaders and residents, mail delivery is becoming a problem with increasing package volumes and short staffing at post office locations. Some people online say their mail delivery is unorganized, sending packages all over the state with several detours along the way. And the comments sharing similar experiences with the Postal Service, saying deliveries sometimes travel for a month before making it to their destination. One resident said her mail went to Trinity where she lived, got rerouted to Bessemer, then to Huntsville and back again. Another saying her package went from Decatur to Montgomery before being shipped back. Representative Dale Strong made a post on X to talk about the issues on Friday. He said in part, "My office has been informed that USPS will be surging additional staff to the highest volume post offices in North Alabama to alleviate backlog during the holiday season." He adds that he's been collecting hundreds of comments to bring these concerns directly to the Postal Service.
We've got the facts that back up the details that the people that I represent in the 5th District are having issues with the Postal Service. So we'll move forward from there, and they've told us that they're going to address it. I'm going to take them for their word, but if it doesn't happen, we'll go further from there.
The Postal Service tells FOX54 they're bringing in over 14,000 employees to help out across the country. They said in a statement, along with hiring seasonal employees, local management is supplementing routes with qualified employees from the surrounding areas. They added, the staff in Huntsville, Alabama are working hard to deliver items as soon as they are received. With the arrival of new staff, there should be some relief coming for local postal workers during the peak holiday shipping season. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Strong says those new workers should arrive sometime this month to locations around the Tennessee Valley, but it's up to the Postal Service to allocate the employees. Welcome back. Where do you park to go downtown? And when you do, how do you know which lots are private and which are public? For some, the confusion has led to parking tickets after they parked in an area they thought was free, but really wasn't. Residents around the downtown area at Huntsville say it's mostly caused by poor signage and a lack of visibility, especially at night. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo shows us the dilemma.
You might park in a downtown lot you think is free, only to wind up with a ticket at the end of the night. Downtown parking here in Huntsville can be frustrating, especially when it comes to big events. So I decided to find out just what's being done to make things a little bit easier. There's a lot of discussion online about which downtown parking spots are free and which lots cost money. Residents living around here say it gets confusing, especially when there's a big event like the nightly Tinsel Trail.
I've gotten here early and it's full. I've gotten here late and it's full. So usually just try and find something by like the public library over there. It can be a little confusing because you're not sure if like this sign applies to where you're parking or not, but I feel like I'd rather, again, just like go up to a pay station and pay by your license plate than like risk it because it is pretty cheap here.
People tell me all the lots get full fast, and that leads some to desperation. People park where they can, often in lots with little or no signage to tell them the lot is paid parking only. At the end of the night, they come out to find a ticket from a private parking enforcer, the parking management company. To ease the confusion, Councilman Bill Kling is working on a solution he calls common sense. It's all dependent on signs in paid parking lots telling people what to do up front.
It's just a matter of letting everybody know this lot is free, this lot I will be charged to park in. At least if people are driving around, they see a parking lot that says paid public parking, okay, they know they pull in, they're going to pay to park. Similar if they go to the Civic Center parking lot, parking garage, it says, paid, and they know they're going to be charged to park there. But people are glad to do that just to have a parking place.
Kling says it's still unclear whether private parking tickets are actually enforceable, but the city attorneys are working to make a determination. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Kling says the proposal is meant to, quote, clear the air around public downtown parking. It's not clear just when it might take effect, but it would require new signage at all private parking lots.
Can you describe what the last year has brought to you emotionally?
This last year has been gruesome. Emotionally, it's been a roller coaster.
Every day it feels harder than goes, and
Constant reminders that he's not here.
in your wildest dreams, do you think we could be seeing years ago and think that this is still something that remains a question mark? It doesn't feel possible.
It's been 1 year since Huntsville realtor Ronald DeMoss Jr. was abducted. His family still searching for answers and closure.
We desire for him to come home or for him to be found. Whatever that means at this point, we want answers. We would like closure for our children. for us to be able to move forward with a confirmed answer on what it is and not drag this along for several years.
Now, 1 year since Ronnie was taken, his family remains hopeful, but the emotions waver.
How was the family feeling? Stressed.
It's a void. When you have somebody that their entire existence is family, and in any situation, he's one phone call away, whether it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning, so literally one phone call away. And to not have that for 365 days, it's hard.
The family knows there are many possible outcomes in this case, but they remain hopeful that Ronnie will come home.
I'm holding on to hope, but I'm also preparing the kids for any possibilities, because we have to continue moving forward. We understand probability. I also believe in miracles, and I know my God is powerful. At this point, I don't have a specific prayer or exactly what the outcome of this situation would be. My prayer is for answer. Ronnie is more than just a name on a case. He's more than a name on a flyer or on a news story. He's a major piece of our family.
The family describes the current state of the case as a standstill, a waiting game, waiting for court dates, evidence, and updates on where their loved one might be. From the Fox 54 studios, I'm Gabe Glassman.
If you're using the Affordable Care Act for your health insurance, you just might lose your health care coverage or face steep cost increases after a lapse in federal tax credits. Congress failed to pass the tax credit extension last week, posing the risk of substantially raising premium costs for hundreds of thousands of Alabamians and millions of Americans. And just tonight, House Republicans approved a narrow package designed to lower health care costs. It will allow small businesses and self-employed people to buy coverage through association health plans in an effort to lower premiums. It will also provide federal funding for cost-sharing subsidies that lower-income Affordable Care Act enrollees get to help lower deductibles. The GOP health care package will be sent to the Senate, but a vote isn't expected before lawmakers leave town for the holidays. The bill passed tonight ignores an extension or a solution to the expiring ACA subsidies. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo shows us the local impact.
Congress's failed extension on Affordable Care Act subsidies is set to have a ripple effect. If they don't pass something soon, up to 500,000 Alabamians could see some kind of change to their health insurance premiums. In addition, Arise Alabama predicts the rising costs could deter about 130,000 Alabamians, leaving them with no coverage at all. That's alongside rising costs for childcare, groceries, and basic necessities. But the government doesn't have money to burn either. A proposed one-year extension of the subsidies would cost the federal government an estimated $23.4 billion. Senator Katie Britt talked about this in a statement on X, calling the Affordable Care Act an unaffordable system that fails the Alabamians who need it. She's advocating for reform. She said, "I will continue to support healthcare plans that make necessary reforms to the Obamacare marketplace so it's affordable and will benefit those in need. The change to ACA subsidies would take effect at the start of the year. With so many people potentially affected, Robin Hayden with Alabama Arise says it's going to have consequences for everyone."
There are going to be so many secondary impacts of people losing health insurance. There'll be people that we work with and see every day and that we rely on. There is a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of concern. And it's really hard, when you've been paying $300 a month for health insurance to suddenly have to come up with $600 or $800 a month. That's just not affordable for most of us.
The Huntsville hospital system says it incurs about $171 million in unpaid care costs every year, a figure already noting people's inability to pay for care. They said in a statement that if ACA subsidies are not renewed, we estimate that our service area would account for roughly 10% of the statewide impact. They added, "We will continue to work with our federal delegation to support policies that promote access to coverage and positive health care outcomes for North Alabamians." Alabama Arise says they're also working with the federal delegation to bring people's concerns directly to state leaders. In Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
4 Republican lawmakers are now backing a Democratic effort to extend pandemic-era Obamacare subsidies. That means Democrats now have enough signatures on their discharge petition to require a floor vote on the subsidies. Those enhancements are set to expire on January 1st, but the vote won't happen until later next month. A fallen hero honored 18 years after his sacrifice in Huntsville. Community members and fellow officers gathered on Bailey Cove Road for a memorial dedication to Huntsville police officer Eric Freeman. Freeman was killed in December of 2007 after responding to a wreck near Weatherly Road. Police say as Freeman tried to help a DUI suspect, the man pulled a concealed weapon and shot the 3-year veteran at close range. Freeman's partner and bystanders subdued the shooter that night, but Freeman died the next morning. His son is now following in his footsteps at the Huntsville Police Department.
I wanted to be a police officer for a long time, long before anything happened to my father. After this, it just kind of pushed me to do it more. I actually work out of the same precinct my dad did. I work out of South Precinct, and so I walk into the same room that he walked into 18 years ago.
Wow, what a way to honor his father. Well, today, HPD staff joined the Freeman family to ensure his legacy lives on. The Huntsville South Civic Association will maintain the memorial for years to come. Madison County is bringing in a new consultant from the Greater Humane Society, Spencer Batchelor, to help assess the future of the animal services. Batchelor and local leaders will evaluate the county's animal control operations, identify the service's needs, and make changes that align with the best standards in the industry. Namely, the county is looking into building a brand new animal shelter for local stray and missing animals. But County Commissioner Violet Edwards says it's a community effort.
We will talk to the people. We have so many people that will put animals in their car and bring them to us. That is not safe. So we know that we need to grow and that we need more officers, but we want to talk to the people really about what they see and where they would like the Madison County Animal Control to go.
Batchelor will start at the beginning of the year, and Edwards says he'll hit the ground running on a part-time basis. His report will be released sometime next year. Residents in Decatur are turning over a new leaf today through a local tree giveaway. The Alabama Urban Forestry Association and volunteers handed out trees all morning in front of Ingalls Pavilion. The association provided a huge selection for people to choose from, a total of 500 trees. The executive director for AUFA says today's giveaway is part of a program they run to support the local government.
We give trees out across the state. We have a program called Alabama Relief through the Alabama Urban Forestry Association, and we're giving out trees throughout the state to help with the tree canopy. It helps with heat islands, global heat islands, helps reduces flooding, and purifies the air. Trees are just good things to plant.
Pretty cool. Well, upon receiving their trees, the association gave recipients tips on how and where to replant the tree for the best chance at success.
And even despite this cold, Deck the Docks still showcased festive boats at Ditto Landing today. Marina boats were adorned with Christmas lights, inflatable characters, and holiday decor for families to look at as they walked along the water. Part of Christmas on the River, this South Huntsville tradition also featured a mile-long greenway with life-size Christmas cards, a snow village, model trains, and more, creating a magical holiday experience for all.
We just bought the boat this spring, and so this was our first long trip, brought it up here, and we thought we would do the best we could. We've seen other boats, you see them on TV, you see them at other boat parades, and so we tried to kind of key off of that, and we just went ahead and started buying lights and blow-ups, and this is what you get at the end of all of it.
If you missed Deck the Docks this year, do not worry, because Christmas on the River continues next Saturday with a fireworks show and live music you won't want to miss.
For many families in Athens, the holiday spirit is already in full swing at Pincham Lincoln Community Center. The Lincoln Bridgeforth Park Committee held its annual toy giveaway today. Volunteers spent the evening handing out toys to kids ranging from 0 to 13. Toys included dolls, action figures, bikes, and more. The councilman for District 3 says it brings him joy to see the children with all the wonderful gifts.
It's so exciting to see the smiles on the children's face. This time of year, we want everyone to get something for Christmas. And we have some bicycles, have about 20-something bicycles but also be given away here. So somebody will go home happy, and I hope. And it's just the time of year that our hearts are set on giving, and we want everyone to at least get something.
Yes, 'tis the season of giving, and Santa kept the children busy while they waited for their turn to pick out a toy. The committee ensured no kid went home without a gift. Chabad of Huntsville is lighting a menorah of their own tonight in the Camp at Mid-City, celebrating the Festival of Lights in the Rocket City. They had dreidels, snacks, prayers, and a party to commemorate the occasion. Almost 24 people made it out to the event. They say after the terror attack at Bondi Beach, Australia, it's more important than ever to celebrate.
Especially after what happened in Sydney, Australia, with the terrorist attack, we want to show the world that we're not satisfied with what we have till now, and we're not going to close up shop and kind of go into our gated communities, but we're going to spread out light and strengthen Judaism wherever it is, in any community, wherever it is.
You let a little light, all the darkness fades away. The way to fight darkness is not by cowering away. It's the opposite, by adding more and more light and more and more strength and more and more pride, and bringing it out to the streets and celebrating more and more.
Lots of celebration tonight. Well, several there say tonight it's special to come from all over the country to spend the time with family, friends, and the community.
Downtown Athens was full of holiday cheer today as shoppers sipped hot cider, supported local businesses, and voted for their favorite drink during a seasonal shopping event. I was there today to see it all firsthand. Holiday shopping just got warmer in downtown Athens as shoppers go store to store, sip hot cider, and vote for their favorite brew of the season. Ooh, this one's really good. Upon arrival, people received a map detailing all of the stores participating. Once they went around and tried different cider samples, they were able to vote on their favorite. With more than 40 businesses participating, there was a cider for every palate.
We tried one at Dottie Jewel and it was so good. It was really sweet and it was like caramel and like marshmallow. It was so good.
Yeah, that one's probably been my favorite too. I love the ones that have the unique flavors or just something kind of fun added into them.
I'm not too crazy about fancy types of cider. I'm more into the classic types.
Some people came just to enjoy a warm cup of cider, while others sampled each stop like true connoisseurs. For many, the Sip and Cider Festival has become a holiday tradition they look forward to each year.
I'm pretty much an amateur cider maker myself. I've been coming to this event for about the last 10 years because of all the different kinds of cider that they make.
There were first-timers entered in the competition, along with businesses that have participated for several years. The cider at Southern Table became so popular that they ran out quickly and are now considering adding it to the menu.
I came up with the recipe for this cider. Well, I can't say I came up with it. It's actually a family recipe. Very common, popular recipe from the South called Friendship Tea.
Although this is a competition, multiple businesses say it's a great way to bring the community together.
The most people that we'll have downtown this year will be at the Sip and Cider event, and they go around and shop and vote on the ciders.
It is always meant to get people out and in the spirit for the holidays or the summer or whatever it may be, just to get the community of Athens together. It's really important in small towns and in towns that are growing as quickly as Athens are to really integrate those community ties in that fabric.
In Athens, I'm Valentina Chalala, Fox 54 News. The Athens Main Street Sip and Cider Festival is now in its 15th year and continues to bring people downtown to support local businesses while celebrating the holiday season.
Welcome to Trending Topics, where we discuss the hottest happenings and give you our hottest takes. I'm your host, Emily Owen, and I'm joined by our reporter and anchor, Gabe Glassman. And up for discussion tonight, the newest addition to Fortnite's list of iconic skins. So Kim Kardashian is the next icon skin is what they call them. And I was a little surprised because usually the icon skins are musicians because they do it for Fortnite Festival.
Fortnite Festival.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So usually whoever's going to be like the trend of festival is the icon that we'll get. And 9 times out of 10, I truly don't think that I've seen anyone else be an icon other than a musician.
You know, you bring up a really good point. I'm not really sure about the Kim Kardashian stuff. I've barely seen the skin apparently Fortnite.
I bought it.
You bought it.
I
Okay.
did,
So let me ask you. So here's my thing, right? Also new, the Playboy Cardi skin. I'm more excited about that. I think I'm gonna go home after talking to you. I'm gonna go buy that skin. But here's the point I want to bring up. It's so much money.
It
the
is.
V-Bucks are so much money.
It is, but I'm a sucker for the Battle Pass, so I get free V-Bucks a month. And I choose wisely who I'm going to spend it on. I had to have Kim Kardashian, like
Okay.
I had to. But she has on the latex bodysuit. That's her like signature thing. You can have glasses or no glasses on, like the Yeezy glasses that she always wears.
This is hilarious.
And then she's got her platinum blonde hair. You can go back and forth between like her natural hair and her platinum blonde hair. But her skin looks just like her. Like, it is unreal. Well, that's it for tonight's Trending Topics. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow me on my socials at EmilyOwenWX. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, Fox 54's Top Teacher. Sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
This teacher we're about to meet just bubbles with joy. She wants to make sure her littles are ready for the world. I'm excited to introduce this week's Fox 54's Top Teacher. Meet Taylor Johnson from Walnut Grove School in Newmarket. Welcome to Taylor Johnson's class.
Well, I'm still a newbie. This is my 4th year teaching, so I'm still new, but I love it every day.
Johnson teaches first grade students at Walnut Grove School that's been around for 105 years.
It's amazing because the community is so helpful. The parents are very familiar to who you are and to the building, and they're excited to come in and bring their kids each year to continue the traditions that we've had for so many years.
Johnson says her love for helping kids read goes back to when she once struggled how to read.
As a child, I struggled with reading and math, and it was hard for me to learn and develop different skills, and I wanted to make sure that I could teach kids that struggled how to read and do math. When I was in 1st grade, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and so when I got a teaching job, I always wanted to be in 1st grade because that's where we build the foundational skills for reading.
Principal Anthony Davison says Johnson brings joy to the 4 corners of her classroom.
Her students are always excited about coming into her classroom. I never have to worry about walking in. I can send anybody into her classroom and know that that teaching and learning is going to be taking place.
And Johnson hopes her students leave with more than just building academics.
Well, I always tell them to never forget me, that they always need to come back and give me a hug every single day, and people still do that. But I always want them to understand that they can do anything that they set their minds to, that anything that they want to do in this world is possible because they can do hard things. And I always want to grow them academically and socially.
Congratulations, Mrs. Johnson. Check out the moment she was surprised as the Fox 54 top teacher on Fox 54 Plus, also nominated teacher on fox54.com.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look, to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.